JAC Sports Network welcomes you to the following presentation of the Great American Conference.
4 matches in the books from Hot Springs, Arkansas. 4 teams remain in the Great American Conference Tournament. Volleyball edition, 24 edition here at the Bank OZK Arena, and we are getting set for the first of 2 semifinal matches today on the Great American Conference Sports Network. Good afternoon, I'm Joey McWilliams, along with Courtney Cunningham. It is a privilege to get to bring you this afternoon's contest, the first of which matches the number 2 seed and the number 3 seed in the tournament this year. It is the number 2 seed, the Harding Lady Bisons, taking on the number 3 seed, the East Central Tigers. And Courtney, we saw 2 teams come out yesterday, and East Central taking on Southeastern. 5-set match once again, no stranger to that over the course of the season. Harding simply took care of business to East Central, who is coached by Danielle Essex in her 2nd season with the program. They did what they needed to do against Southeastern yesterday.
That they did. They took care of business. They definitely battled back and forth with Southeastern, and I think we're going to see that again today versus Harding. It's just a very good battle and a good match versus both these teams.
Meanwhile, the number 2 seed in the tournament, the Harding Lady Bisons, I mentioned they took care of business. It was a very business-like effort. They got out, they dispatched the 7 seed in northwestern Oklahoma, and they move on to the next round. No shock for Harding, as the Lady Bisons have been very successful in the Great American Conference Tournament over the years. There's Meredith Fear, the number 2 seed, and the coach there as things get underway. Coach Fear, 284 and 103 in her time at Harding University, and the team has gone 21 and 8 this year, 13 and 3 in GAC play, and they get the opening point.
Here we go. Ash, neutral, get 19, stay neutral. Watch her on it too, though. Watch her cross, watch her cross.
Another quick point for Harding to get things going in the opening of the first set, and that was Megan Lacey, the captain today and outside for Harding, doing the honors and picking up the kill. Avery Stanfield back to serve for Harding. She gets the ace, and that'll bring 3 quick points for Harding. Stanfield had 1 ace yesterday along the way, part of the Harding victory. That goes deep, and it's a 4th point for Harding to get things started over East Central. 21 and 8 overall are the Lady Bisons. Coach Fear, 284 wins, 320 wins overall in her career as a head coach. It is the 9th 20-win season for Harding under Coach Fear. East Central putting a point on the board for the first time today. Danielle Essex is the head coach for the East Central Tigers. She's in her 2nd season with ECU. 105 and 104 overall as a head coach, so she just topped that Mendoza line with the win yesterday. Winning record overall, 32 and 28 in her time at East Central. The Tigers are 18 and 13 this season, 11 and 5 in conference play, good enough to earn the number 3 seed in the conference tournament as the Tigers pick up another point. East Central starting lineup looks like this today. Wearing number 5 is Angel Nahinu. Nahinu, a 5'11 senior middle from Kapolei, Hawaii. Wearing number 11 is Julia Cabala. She's the setter, a 5'7 senior from Warsaw, Poland. Number 12 is Odalise Gonzalez, a 5'11 senior outside from Brownsville, Texas. Number 15 is Fiana Halatoa, a 6'2 freshman outside from Euless, Texas. Number 17 is Ashley Miller. She's a 5'10 senior middle from Punta Gorda, Florida. And number 19 is Emma Strickland, a 5'10 senior outside from Mansfield, Texas. The libero today is Valentina Tiadina, 5'4 junior from Brownsville, Texas. Again, coached by Daniel Essex. That one kept alive by Lambert. Another opportunity on the outside. Lacey sends that one across. Blocked at the net, but it goes out. East Central will get the point, and it's a 5-4 match right now. For Harding, the starters look like this. Wearing number 1 is Avery Stanfield. We talked about her. She already has an ace in this broadcast. A 5'8 sophomore defensive specialist from St. Charles, Missouri. Wearing number 2, Olivia Weeder. A 5'7 sophomore setter from Conway, Arkansas. Ashley Lampkin is wearing number 3, a 6'3 senior middle from Jonesboro, Arkansas, as that one drops, and Harding will get the point. Wearing number 14, Delaney Garner, a 6'1 senior middle from Fishers, Indiana. Number 16 is J.C. Lambert, a 5'11 junior middle from Pingree Grove, Illinois. The captain today wears number 17, Megan Lacey, a 6' sophomore outside from Wichita Falls, Texas. And the libero, Tatum Fouch, number 7, 5'8 senior from Frisco, Texas. Kept in play. And Lacey will send it on over, and actually it works to the Lady Bison's benefit. It looked like it was just going to be a free play, but it wasn't. Mishandled by the Tigers, and point for the Lady Bisons. Miscommunication there, as we see.
Yeah, just a little bit. But one thing I have noticed that East Central has been doing a really good job of is using Harding's block to their benefit, trying to tool those blockers, hitting high hands, hitting those deep corner shots.
That one sent long, Halatoa, but kept in play. Challenge for the Tigers at the net again. Slow start for East Central to get going here today.
A little bit, and it could be. They played 5 sets yesterday. That can be a little mentally challenging coming into today's match, and it might take them a set or 2 to really get their feet underneath them.
Nice dig. Stanfield is there. Send it the other way to the right side, and that one goes long, and Harding, or was it tipped? Excuse me, it was tipped. I apologize. East Central with the point. Macy McAmis is a 5'5 junior from Paris, Texas, and she'll be serving now for East Central. Said at the outset, no surprise it went 5 sets with Southeastern yesterday. The two rivals played 3 times this season. Ada, Durant, and Hot Springs, all of them went 5 sets, and all of them won by East Central. The ace gives East Central another point, and the Tigers trail by just 2 now. High set as Lacey takes a swing at it. Tigers are going to stay in system. Tapped over and in for East Central. Ashley Miller, the captain today, the senior, gets the point, and the Tigers are within 1.
That was a great play by Miller.
Absolutely, just a little short set there in the middle, and she was ready. High set near the net. Lacey has it sent back. Weeder decides to put one over. Make that East Central defense honest. Tapped over. Free opportunity now. Gonzalez takes a shot at it, can't get it through. Lacey has it sent back. Everyone collapses toward the net for the Bisons, and the Tigers send it deep off the net, off the defense, and this one's tied at 8-all. 4 quick points now for East Central after trailing 8-4. Make it 5, and East Central's on top.
One thing that East Central has started to do in this match is really serve aggressive at Harding, making it a little difficult for them to get that good pass and get them in system.
Another serve by McAmis. Tapped up, here's Gonzalez. That one went out. Was it touched? It was not. And so Harding ties it back up at 9. Gonzalez yesterday in the quarterfinal, 22 kills on 66 total attempts. And she did back up and fire early and often. Gonzalez hit 136 on the day. Did have 12 digs and a service ace as well. That will go Harding's side. Quick set and goes back through the defense. That looked like it was mishit, and it still works out to the good of the Bisons. Delaney Garner gets the kill. And she turned around and looked and said, yeah, that seemed a little awkward.
Yeah, definitely. That setter definitely had to lead her forward a little bit because she was a little behind her.
Kept in play and kept over. Here's East Central with another opportunity. The set to Gonzalez. Defense is there. Weeder, the quick set. And Garner sends it over. East Central with the play. Skylar McKinnon, who has checked back in, or rotated through, excuse me, over to that outside position. She's dangerous, as is Gonzalez, and Gonzalez gets the kill. This one's tied again. Harding working for an opportunity to play tomorrow. Would be playing for its 4th tournament championship. One of a couple of teams in the Great American Conference with 3 tournament championships to their credit. McKinnon, and that also mishandled, and she looked like she hit it farther down her arm. I mean, beyond the wrist there, and of course it didn't go over the net.
Yeah, sometimes you see that happen when they approach a little too fast or a little too slow. They have that mishit.
Garner this time, and Garner with another kill.
They have done a really good job of forcing their middles and getting Garner the ball this set.
Delaney Garner yesterday, 10 kills. She hit .450 on the day to go along with 4 digs. Quite an effort for Garner, and another kill. And Strickland that time doing the honors for the Tigers. Strickland, a fantastic day in the quarterfinals. 14 kills, she hit .261. Had a couple of solo blocks herself to go with a dig. Bailey Kaava now serving for East Central. Weeder with the set to McKinnon at the net. The block is there. And Harding struggling to get back and get in a defensive set when East Central is able to take care of business at the net.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job of shutting down Harding's outsides, and then Harding's having a little bit of a hard time of covering and recovering after taking care of that coverage ball and trying to find a way to score.
Here's McKinnon stepping just past the line. That one recovered by East Central, and Strickland mishandles it. Again, looks like some jumps are being mistimed in the early going here. It is the semifinals, and you look at some of the things too when you consider this today. I mean, with the 4 teams that are here, it's an interesting statistic, Harding 8-3 in GAC volleyball semifinals. I mean, Harding really definitely takes care of business on Friday, 8-3. The other 3 teams who are playing today, which include Southwestern Oklahoma, Ouachita Baptist, and of course East Central now, a combined 1-13 between are among all of them. East Central 0-2 in the semifinals. Here's McKinnon again, gets a better look at that one. Field as well. Here's Strickland. Fouch is there, tapped at the net, still up in the air. Fouch has to send it over. Here's an opportunity for the Tigers, and it goes a little deep. Angel Nahinu sends that long, the senior from Hawaii. So Harding gets a point back from that 2-point deficit. And the service error from Stanfill, back to a 2-point lead for East Central. Harding yesterday, very businesslike in taking care and dispatching Northwestern Oklahoma in straight sets. Talking with Coach Fear beforehand, and you know, she said, yeah, that's this team. It's not a particularly emotional team that she's dealing with now.
Yeah, I was going to say they seem very calm and collected. Even though they might be down right now, you don't see them starting to panic just yet.
Coach Fear does elect to call the timeout as the lead has expanded to 5 for the Tigers. We're going to go ahead and take that timeout with them here in our first set, first match of the day, and East Central on top.
Everyone tells you to think about the future, but there's power in the process. We value this moment because at ATU, every moment brings you one step closer to what comes next. You've got this. Right here, right where you are. Focus on the now, because our focus is on your success.
Look at that. I'll tell you what, brackets, they're fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. The sports guy on the inside completely loves it. You get to say, oh, not just one, but two. Man, our crew is fantastic. They have my back on this one. You get to see it there on paper and in front of you with the graphic. East Central coming off that 5-set win. Harding dispatching Northwestern in 3. Southwestern in a tough 4-set match. The top seed escapes. They survive and advance. And then Ouachita and Oklahoma Baptist, a 5-set match last evening. And it goes the way of the Tigers. Very, very gritty team, those Ouachita Baptist Tigers. They had the lone upset of the day. You know, really, it's tough to say at 4 and 5, especially when both teams were 10 and 6 in conference play. But if you're gonna go by the numbers, and the C's are true, you have to say it is an upset.
Definitely, they played with a lot of determination yesterday as well.
Absolutely. I mean, it was a tough match. And we have 2 sets of Tigers now in the semifinals, and we'll see one right now in black and orange. Harding gets a point back coming out of that timeout, a couple of points back as a matter of fact. And don't forget that second match tentatively scheduled for 5 o'clock Central Standard Time today. Gonzalez again, Fouch is there. Weir with the quick sets, and Garner takes care of that. Delaney Garner with another kill. And for the day, she is absolutely lighting it up. No errors yet today. She has 4 kills. She's hitting .444 right now with a dig to boot. That one's tapped over, gets past the defense at the line. Lambert, and J.C. Lambert will get the kill, and Harding, after the timeout, get 4 quick points, and that prompts Coach Essex to do the same. We'll see if she can get these Tigers to turn things around in the same manner. We'll be back here on the GAC Sports Network.
Why be a ranger? At Northwestern, with small classes, you can be seen. With over 40 programs from business to nursing, you can be career-driven. With a campus home away from home, you can be independent. With over half our students graduating without student loans, you can be debt-free. And with a mosaic of cultures, you can be you. Northwestern, success lives here.
One of the fastest growing universities in the state and the region, Southeastern Oklahoma State University has classes for bachelor's, master's, and certificate programs. Over 45 degree programs are available with in-person, online, and hybrid options. With a legacy of excellence dating back to 1909, our dedicated faculty and staff are here to make your legacy a great one. Your future starts here at Texoma's University.
Coach Essex talking with her team. They want to reverse the trend as the Bisons have gone on top by 1 past the midpoint here in this first set. Tapped over. Harding looked a little bit out of position as that ball got past the defense at the net, but they reset quickly, and Lambert gets the point. It's a strong defense for Harding at the net in the rotation right now. You get McKinnon up there along with Garner and Lambert. Can bode well for your team. Fouch back to serve for Harding. Fouch yesterday with a pair of aces. Had a couple of assists as well and 12 digs on the day. Weeder tips that one up, and Stanfield will go the other direction. Right side goes to Lambert, and the East Central defense is there. Gonzalez there, as well as Nahinu.
Gonzalez did a great job with lining up that block, setting her a middle up for success as well.
So East Central will serve. Tihadina to serve. Nice dig. Gonzalez once again. The defense is a little bit more prepared now for Harding. He sends it back. Well, Gonzalez has a green light.
Yes, she does. She has done very well this morning. And I think their setters know that, to get the ball in her hands, and she's going to take care of it right now.
Nice look for East Central. Tapped over, heads up play. Absolutely, for East Central. That was a great look. Julia Kabala. And Kabala gets the kill. Kabala with 8 assists so far. 2 digs on the day. She had a fantastic day yesterday for East Central as well. Kabala recorded 51 assists yesterday to go with 24 digs. They even credited her with the block assist yesterday. And by the way, I say that, I mean, you know, it's one of those things you don't think about that very often. She's listed as 5'7", and I really think that's being kind too. So she got up there, took care of business. I mean, it was all hands on deck yesterday for East Central over Southeastern.
Definitely.
McKinnon gets the kill. Harding up by 4, needing 3 here in the first set, and Coach Essex will call her second timeout. She'll talk about things, and we may discuss a thing or two as well during the break here on the GAC Sports Network.
Christian education pushes you to diligence and excellence in all that you do.
We're establishing this foundation where the students can then go and do the things that they want to do.
Everything we do, everything we touch, everything that we try to teach our students revolves around Christ.
It's about cultivating passion and a desire to do something significant with your life. You find a vision for your life, and I think that's where students really lean into their inspired purpose.
McKinnon coming off that kill. That's her first of the day. And for Harding, Peyton Hilmer checking in, 6'1" sophomore from Fort Worth, Texas. She's an outside. Checking into the contest for Harding, and the Lady Bisons are up by 4. A 12th appearance in the GAC semifinals. Again, we mentioned a little bit earlier, 8-3 all time. Harding has been in all 14 Great American Conference tournaments and 12-2 now in the quarterfinals. That's quite a record. Trying to make it 9-3 in the semifinals today, and 2 points away from taking the first set. The defense there, rocking for Harding, and that sends us to set point. That's upcoming now, as for Harding, Megan Lacey doing the honors on the serve. Tapped up Kabala to Gonzalez. Weeder with the quick set and takes it home. Jelani Garner, 5 kills on 11 attacks, no errors. What an afternoon for Garner already, and what a great start for Harding. 25-18, set number 1 in the books. The Lady Bisons are on top.
Christian education pushes you to diligence and excellence in all that you do.
We're establishing this foundation where the students can then go and do the things that they want to do.
Everything we do, everything we touch, everything that we try to teach our students revolves around Christ.
It's about cultivating passion and a desire to do something significant with your life. You find a vision for your life, and I think that's where students really lean into their inspired purpose.
Who do we look to shape our world? It'll be people who know how to think with their heads and their hearts. People who understand that faith is not the enemy of education, but its partner. More than book smart, more than business smart. They are wise in their whole being.
We are future shapers.
Learn to live well and lead well in God's world. Be a future shaper at OBU.
What does it mean to be a Ranger? It means smaller class sizes, so you're seen and heard. It means graduating debt-free, like over half of our students. It means getting help when you need it through financial aid and scholarships, like more than 80% of our students. To be a Ranger, you're rowdy with excitement. To be a Ranger, you care about your education. To be a Ranger, you saddle up to a challenge and ride to success. Rowdy lives here. Rangers live here. Northwestern. Success lives here.
Everyone tells you to think about the future, but there's power in the process. We value this moment because at ATU, every moment brings you one step closer to what comes next. You've got this. Right here, right where you are. Focus on the now, because our focus is on your success.
One of the fastest growing universities in the state and the region, Southeastern Oklahoma State University has classes for bachelor's, master's, and certificate programs. Over 45 degree programs are available with in-person, online, and hybrid options. With a legacy of excellence dating back to 1909, our dedicated faculty and staff are here to make your legacy a great one. Your future starts here at Texoma's University.
At East Central University, we educate and empower students to transform the world. We provide an exceptional hands-on learning experience with professors who really go that extra mile. East Central University encourages students to become who they are meant to be while making lasting memories. East Central University, welcome home.
Coach Essex trying to decide what needs to happen to change things for set number 2. Her team trails 1-0. Harding 25-18 in that first set of this first semifinal this afternoon. And we have the head coach of one of the teams who's going to be in our second semifinal a little bit later on today, Coach Allison Frizzell-Kaiser, whose Ouachita Baptist Tigers came away with an exciting 5-set victory yesterday evening, moving into last night over Oklahoma Baptist, and it was the 5-4 matchup. I said, you know, I question this, and I'll throw this to you, Coach, as we talk about the match just a little bit, and you can see the Harding and East Central match unfolding in front of us there with on the video. But, Coach, 4-5 matchup. It's tough to say it's an upset anyway.
Right,
but
right.
when you both were 10-6 in conference play, I mean, really the 4 or 5 was just which color jersey you were going to wear.
Right.
And I don't know that it was an upset because you all played so well and you've had such a great season anyway. So we have to call it an upset seed-wise.
Right.
But, I mean, you guys came to play and you executed.
Thank you. Yeah. I thought we executed our game plan really well for majority of the game, you know, and props to Oklahoma Baptist because, man, they're just a great team all the way around. But I definitely think what we've done in practice, we implemented in the game, and it worked for us in the end. So
I'll say this about Oklahoma Baptist because they didn't give up. You're exactly right. The 7-0 spot you put on Oklahoma Baptist in the fourth
Mm-hmm.
set, I don't think I've ever seen against the Bisons before. I would dare say that hasn't happened to them this year.
No.
And you guys did it. And then you went up 14-4.
We did.
But you had to hang on for dear life in that fourth set.
Yep.
And as you know, hard as they fought back, to your credit, you won the set.
Yes.
Which puts you in the position to win it in 5. Talk about that fourth set.
Yeah, so that fourth set was definitely like up and down, right? Like you said, like starting 7-0. That's a lot. We talk about aggressive serving a lot, and when we start aggressive serve early, you know, it just kind of creates the momentum for the rest of the set. But if you look at the end of the game, I'm pretty sure we lost like 4 statistical categories to begin with, you know. So I think that, honestly, that just shows the grit and the heart that we had to finish and compete together. But there was a lot of mental toughness that we had to fight through, and we work on that quite a bit in practice as well. So thankfully, you know, we came out on top that fourth set and led momentum into the fifth. So
let's talk about a few of the players yesterday and the performances individually. Yes. Avery Giles yesterday, she, from her position, did a fantastic job. Yes. She was there, 33 digs on the day. She had 3 assists as well, and a couple of big aces that were important.
Yeah, she's our lone senior too, so it was really like exciting for her to have a huge match like that. And she said, "Coach, I just felt good. Like I knew I wasn't done yet." So I was very proud of her for staying in it and leading that back row, and serve receiving well on top of that too, because we had been honing in on that a lot. So definitely proud of her leading the backcourt.
Another just strong player on the team. I go back to Courtney Hansen. I mean, she just really she was everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, that was one of those things. It didn't matter what was happening. She was absolutely everywhere. Right. And you look at the numbers, 51 assists and 19 digs. But everywhere the team needed her to be, she was there. Just an impressive display.
Absolutely, yeah. She talks a lot about, like, if you're going to say something, do it. And and we joke about this, but we say, you do it 99.2% of the time, you know. So she's definitely one of our vocal leaders. But, of course, just getting the job done. You want the ball in her hands as much as possible. So, but, yeah, I think that's like her 15th double-double, and that's just like, you know, at least the 15th. So that's a norm that we look to her for a lot of things.
A couple of players that took care of offense for you. I'll start with Riley Brazil. And I know that there were players yesterday who had more total attempts than she did. But watching her, it didn't feel like it. I mean, and she clearly had the green light yesterday to fire away.
Yes, yeah. So Riley's been our 6th rotational outside for 3 years now, you know, and when she's on, she's on. She's got a beautiful swing. She sees the court well, you know, so I let her swing, let her tip, let her roll shot, you know, and then she'll learn, like, what not to do once it happens, you know, and so she adjusts very well. So as a junior, you're thankful for her, so.
We're going to keep it right here through this timeout as East Central has taken a 7-2 lead. The Tigers definitely coming out strong here in this second set, trailing 1-0 as we visit just a little bit longer with Coach Allison Frizzell-Kaiser from Ouachita Baptist. Mentioned Riley Brazil yesterday, who had 16 kills in 16 digs along the way. Another big day for Emily Adams, and there are a couple more. I mentioned Leah Gardner, Savannah Whitaker.
Yep.
Really, Whitaker, I mean, in the latter part of the match, her play was big. Emily Adams just all the way through, 14 kills for her, and she hit 297.
Yep. Yeah, so Savannah in the locker room, I just go, "Let's go, Savannah!" You know, like, you know, I hit my chest a little bit because I was so proud of her for going out and just swinging away and mixing up her shots. And Emily, like, you can always count on Emily. Like, you know, she sees the floor better than anyone, you know, and she's just, like, wants the ball. And so Courtney's going to trust her to put the ball down, you know. So she's definitely our go-to. But, yeah, Leah's a spitfire. Like, she's got a really high hitting percentage all year long. And so she wants the ball. She wants it. So
Gardner by the way, hit 370 yesterday as well.
I love it.
And
I love it.
The 12 kills. But the team did well. I mean, you wind up hitting 187, a percentage that overall may look a little bit low. But as the match went on, I think that really probably more indicative of sets 2 and 3 than the way that things turned out. And ultimately, you win it in 5 sets. So you're taking on a Southwestern Oklahoma team today. That's the top seed in the tournament. You go in as the 5 seed, but this is one of those opportunities. Ouachita 0 for 4 in the semifinals here in the GAC tournament. So a win today would be uncharted territory.
I mean, it would definitely make history, that's for sure. But, yeah, I think, like, what really just helped us yesterday was our grit and our determination, you know. And so, like you did say, our hitting percentage, which on the year is lower than what normally it is, but you got to give, like I said, credit to Oklahoma Baptist. And we know SWOSU is very similar. They're tall, they hit well, they defend well, you know. And so I think if, you know, we slept well, iced ourselves, you know, and just, you know, mentally be ready to play, which I think they are. You know,
Yeah, and by the way, I'm going to drop this number in the second match today, but I mean, you all are the top hitting team in the conference, hitting 243 on the year.
That's
so
great.
Obviously that number's down, well, you know,
a little
not
bit.
Quite 50 points there, but pretty close to it. So to be able to come away with a win when at least statistically
right.
you're not hitting as well as what you've done over the course of the season, I think there's a lot to be said for that.
Thank you. And if you go and look at the digs, too, both teams had 109 digs.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
That's
awesome,
absolutely.
isn't it? Yeah.
We've talked about that, too. I mean, the number was just ridiculous on the day. You're getting toward, you know, record numbers there, but even so that both teams were up like that, it really was something. Let me ask you one other thing, Coach, that you know, you mentioned just briefly. It's the late game.
Yep.
And it goes 5 sets on top of that.
Absolutely.
So, you know, how's that going? Did they get iced up and did they get some rest?
Yeah, I think I counted like 9 ice bags we made, you know, and we had dinner pretty late, but we let them sleep in. So took a Walmart run, you know, so got some good food, but, you know, it's late. That is hard. It's late.
That is the good thing. You do get to sleep in a little bit, on semifinal Friday. So, all right. Coach Allison Frizzell Kaiser from Ouachita Baptist, congratulations again, and you all will be watching you. Tentatively set first serve for 5 o'clock. We'll see if that's actually how it plays out with this match in front of us right now. Thank you very much for taking time with us.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
All right, I'll let her go on. Courtney will come back and take the headset here in just a moment. In the meantime, we have our second set going along, and East Central has come out and gotten things going in the second set. The lead is up to 8 and make it 9 after the ace. And the Tigers on quite a run, an 8-1 scoring run to be exact. Odalise Gonzalez now with 8 kills on the day. She's hitting .222 for East Central. And Macy McAmis gets back-to-back aces. How about that? Wow.
East Central has started out hot this set. And one thing that they've done a really good job with is giving Gonzalez the ball, and she has been a force in that front row.
It is a 4-0 run. It is a 9-1 run overall. And for Macy McAmis, 4 aces in this match alone to go along with 2 digs. Those are big, big numbers right there. They may seem small, but oh my goodness, they're big. And right now, Coach Fear taking the time to discuss things with her team. And she mentioned at the outset, we talked about a team that may not be super emotional, but you've got to light things up every now and again. And trailing by 10 points here in this second set, she may have to light them up just a little bit.
Absolutely, and she's done a couple things too. In the meantime, she's switched, putting in her 6-2, so her setter in the back row, which has allowed another hitter in the front row, giving them 3 front row attackers, and that has helped them a little bit, but East Central has also been serving super aggressive, making it challenging for Harding serve receive to handle.
That change right there goes a long way. Let me ask you this as they come back out here again, and McAmis with an opportunity maybe for 3 straight aces. We'll see how it plays out. She has 2 right now in back-to-back swings. Nobody else has had to do anything for the Tigers for the last 2 points. But Coach Fear, you know, had said she just didn't want East Central for their outsides to just get hot and be backing up and firing. And that could be a problem with the shift that she's made now with the rotation. How much does that help to slow down those outsides?
Typically, it puts a bigger block versus those outsides. So that might help slow down that ball and allow their defense to be able to pick up those balls. And that's one of the biggest adjustments I think that might help them there is that their block really gets going, gets fired up, they can shut down those outsides.
Harding gets a point coming out of the timeout. Tapped over and back the other direction. McKinnon keeps it there. Gonzalez meets the wall there at the net, and the set is way deep. So East Central now giving Gonzalez a better look. Rolls that shot down the net. Harding is there. Here's Gonzalez again, and she sends that one a little long and a little wide. So 3 opportunities there for Gonzalez. She's not able to convert on any of them, and it's big for the Bisons because they do get another point, a hard-fought point.
Absolutely, and I believe she's had 27 total attempts so far, and we're about halfway in set 2. That's a lot for an outside, only being halfway in set 2.
Credit her with another one, and credit East Central with that point. Odalise Gonzalez for East Central, a big part of that offense, and now she's set to serve. Harding took set number 1, and Gonzalez gets the ace. So the 2 points that Harding made up coming out of the timeout have been countered. 15-5. We've seen a near comeback from 14-4. We did see Southwestern come back from 18-9 yesterday. And back-to-back aces for Gonzalez. That's 4 for the Tigers. And that is in the last 5 points that they've scored.
Yeah, I'm curious what are some changes that Coach Fear is going to make here to help their serve receive get back in system.
Don't touch the ball when
Right.
it goes long. But that was close.
Yes.
I really, the way they were looking at it, you just had the feeling that was going to drop in that back corner. Weeder comes in to serve now. Olivia Weeder, the setter for Harding. Weeder with 10 assists on the day. They're going to need a bigger number from her. And another point for Strickland. That's her 2nd kill on the afternoon. She's just now hitting in positive numbers. East Central hasn't needed it.
They haven't. Gonzalez has done a great job. She's been in for most of the match, sitting in those 3 first rotations in the front row.
Gonzalez with a pair of aces, a pair of digs, and a block too. Harding gets the quick point, but this is now, I really, at this point in the set, it's a 10-point lead for East Central. You're up 10 and need only 8. That's where I think we go back to the question. Man, you've got to keep firing here, but if you lose this set, if you're Harding, okay, let it roll off your back at that point in time. But for the Tigers, I mean, this is some big-time momentum.
Absolutely, and for Harding, if they don't end up pulling this set off, the score's back at 0-0 when you're looking at the overall sets.
Gonzalez hits that one into the net. However, I mean, that's one of those, she hit it from, I think, beyond the line. And that one will land true for Harding. Will it? Wow, I thought that landed in.
Yeah, that was pretty close.
I really thought that landed in. So had a better look at it than I did. And we move on. The Tigers get the point. Teodina back-to-back plays where she keeps the point alive. And Teodina's been there throughout this rally. Halatoa looked like that her attack looked like it came off her hand wrong. It didn't come off her hand wrong on the block, and East Central gets the point. Well, you hear those Tigers celebrating.
They have brought a lot of energy this set, and it's been kind of fun to watch them on the sidelines.
It's a Friday afternoon here, so you may get a little bit more of the home crowd from Ada able to make the trip and heading for the weekend. That one goes long for Kabbalah. You know what, as many aces as they've had in this set alone, don't fault them for trying to make something happen off that serve.
Right, and when they have this big of a lead, they can make a couple mistakes.
Well, and Harding, point-wise right now, if you want to look at the score just from the aces alone, it's Harding 9, East Central 4. I mean, they're still in the match just from the set just from the aces alone. 21-9, Tigers are 4 points away from emphatically taking set number 2 here in Hot Springs. That one will fall. Halatoa once again for East Central.
East
Tigers.
Central has been,
Go ahead.
so sorry.
No.
Has been playing very scrappy defense today as well.
No, they really have. And I mean, they've been able to turn that defense into offense.
Absolutely.
It's been a very quick turnaround. I was just going to mention the Tigers are 0-2 in the GAC semifinals. Haven't been here very often and trying to make their first trip to championship Saturday. Oh my goodness, Halatoa, pancake dig there to keep the point alive. Another point kept alive. That one won't fly, and the Bisons now have double digits in points here in this set. I was questioning whether they were going to get to that point in the set. All the momentum for East Central in set number 2. Harding with another point. Tigers still have doubled up the Bisons 22-11 in set 2. Delaney Garner having a great afternoon. The service error gives the Tigers a gimme. Go ahead.
That's one thing I think Harding really needs to try to take advantage of is serving aggressive, trying to get East Central out of system so they can't get that ball to their outsides.
Gonzalez. She can afford to laugh that one off, up 11 still after the point. You know, Courtney, I look at that, and obviously you have to try something different in a set like this, or try 3 or 4 different things, whatever works, and stick with that if it's still working. The service errors just on the aggressive serving, I mean, nothing's been working in this set. To that point, Gonzalez once again with another kill, and we're looking at set point. I think you just, if you're Harding, you just shake this one off.
Absolutely, and that's what you have to do. I mean, they'll be both split with each set here that we've played today so far, and then it's back to 0-0, and they just got to reset going into this third set.
McAmis had 2 service aces early on. Harding will get the point here, but it's set point number 2. And East Central has many, many set points with which to work if it goes longer. And the set, a little awkward. Nowhere in particular for Ashley Miller to go. So another serve for Garner. Garner, I was mentioning, 7 kills, no errors on the day. And give her an ace to her credit as well. Coach Essex calls the timeout. We mentioned she had many, many set points with which to work. I don't think she wants to use them all. She'll talk about this right now, and we'll take a break. Set point again for East Central, and Coach Essex calls the timeout. Garner set to serve. She has 8 kills and 21 attempts. She's hitting .381 and just logged an ace along the way. Tigers will set this up. Defense is there for Harding. And a second time, here's Gonzalez. She'll switch things up a little bit. McKinnon can't go up strong. She has to just send it over, and that gives Gonzalez an opportunity. Back the other direction, and Harding will get the point. Hilmer can't get the kill there. And Courtney, from the coach's perspective, Coach Essex called the timeout after all of those set points.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons she did that is she runs her team, or her team is very disciplined, and so I think she's really trying to get them to end this set and not drag it out over those points that they could.
And finally, the point falls for East Central, and I believe that was 5 set points. And it finally works to the credit of the Tigers. They take set number 2 over Harding. 25-16 the final. Our semifinal is tied at 1 set apiece. We'll be back on the GAC Sports Network.
We see you. Your incredible potential and willpower set you apart. You're first to take that leap of faith. First to get to work. First to solve the problem. No burden should be carried alone. We'll be there. Every step, day, challenge. First is your destiny. We get it because first is who we are.
Who do we look to shape our world? It'll be people who know how to think with their heads and their hearts. People who contribute with compassion, courage, confidence. People who understand that faith is not the enemy of education, but its partner. Tomorrow's difference makers and world changers will understand they're part of something bigger, an unstoppable force for good. More than book smart, more than business smart, they are wise in their whole being. These are the people who will shape our future, and you'll find them at OBU today.
I am a future shaper.
I'm a future shaper.
We are future shapers. Learn to live well and lead well in God's world. Be a future shaper at OBU.
So how do you make it? How do you overcome the odds? There's Natasha's way. Be shy, focus on yourself, until they focus on you. Or Juana's way.
Why be one champ when I want to be 2?
Be like Yusra. Let nothing
Syrian refugee pulls boat to safety.
destroy your dreams.
Screw fate.
Or maybe you beat doubt one step at a time, like Johnny. What about Zoe? Never satisfied. Not with trophies or stunts. Then there's Dennis. Work with what you got to get what you don't. Or you could be like me. Dream of pro football, get hurt, dream over. Find yourself with just $7 in your pocket. So how did I get here? By being the hardest worker in the room. How are you gonna get here?
East Central with a 9-point lead, or 9-point victory in set number 2. And that changes the complexion of this. It's the first set that Harding's lost here in Hot Springs in 2024. So I think that might get the attention of the Lady Bisons, where they were very businesslike before, and now there may seem to be a little bit more urgency to the play.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you're going to see them kind of shake that last set off and come out strong this set.
Harding 3-0 all time against number 3 seeds in the tournament. History favors the Lady Bisons. And in that sense, I mean, you look at almost anything at this point in time. history favors Harding over East Central in this tournament just because of the history between the two, and then individually, of course, records are made to be broken. And the Tigers would like to see things turn in the favor of the orange and black today. Harding gets the first point quickly. I say that, and it's fresh on my mind because I can see it in Hot Springs from 3 years ago, 2021. It's the only time that Harding and East Central have played prior to this semifinal match in GAC tournament play. It was the quarterfinal 3 years ago, and it was the last quarterfinal of the day. It was a 4-5 matchup, and it went 5. East Central had to fight back to get to that 5th set, and the Tigers were up 3-0 to start, ultimately up 14-11, and Harding scored the last 5 points to win 16-14. And it was just one of those, heartbreaking, soul-crushing losses for East Central in that quarterfinal. There are still players on that team. I mean, from East Central, 3 players on the team, and you look at the roster, Ashley Miller and Emma Strickland, who, were on record, had statistics in the game. And, I mean, it's one of those, I think, that still sticks with them just a little bit. That was a tough loss. And for, players like Miller and Strickland, they definitely want this win today.
Absolutely. And I'm sure they have the grit to want to take down Harding today.
Discussion now going on as Coach Essex says, all right, play it through, point for Harding. Attacks from either direction, and now a little bit of separation, tapped over at the line, can't get the placement there. Great dig by Tiadina. This one a little bit stronger, pushing that one over for Harding. Lampkin's taking her shots. And McKinnon, also good defense. Lampkin finally, the Lady Bisons get the point and go up 3-1.
Was a good setter dump by East Central.
Tigers get one back. Tiadina now to serve. And that one misplayed at the net by Ashley Miller. That one was one of those that looked like a gimme, and I think it probably felt that way as well and just didn't clear.
Yeah, and those balls are a little tough as that ball was coming from past the official stand.
Sometimes depth perception can be a real thing, and I know it shifts, I'm sure, from arena to arena.
Definitely.
McKinnon with another kill. For Skylar, her 4th on the day. Tapped over by Gonzalez. She found the opening in the defense. Weeder couldn't get there quickly enough, and the Tigers get another point. Odalise Gonzalez, 12 kills on the day, 41 attempts. We'll follow that number.
Yeah, that's a lot of swings.
And McKinnon steps back, and she hit that foot on the official stand. The left foot there, and we'll take one more look at it really quickly here. And training staff is going over to take care of her. So while they're taking care of her, we'll take a quick break here from Hot Springs and give her an opportunity to collect herself.
Before the house, before the office, the late nights and new bosses. Before the last hugs, the wins and the losses. Before building the team, before building yourself. The rise and grinds, all day, every days. Before the letter, before the dream, there was a kid who loved to play. If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
I said the left foot for McKinnon, and I think she had turned her body around and stepped back into it with her right foot. And so she was not putting much weight on her right foot as she came off the court. And so Coach Fear attending to her on the sideline right now. And we'll let you know if we know anything at all about that. In the meantime, she's being looked after. Substitution coming in for her. And that, I believe, was Lacey who came in for her. And the Harding defense fired up now. And you're likely to see things like that after an injury where the rest of the team steps up and wants to get things done for her. Of course, the senior member of this team is a fifth-year player.
Yeah, and that was great to see by Harding step up in that moment.
McKinnon on the day with 5 kills. She's hitting 188 as she is being tended to on the Harding sideline right now. And the Bison's up 7-4 after the service error. Lambert from the back line. She'll get up a little bit closer. Defense there for Harding. And that one, the block is there. It was tipped as it went out. Lacey credited for the block. And it's going to be Fouch to serve. Tatum Fouch with 3 assists on the day and 14 digs. Set. Nice job by Stanfield. She's there to keep it going. Lambert from the line. There on defense as well. Another time on defense. It's a tough wall to go up against. Strickland won't take the shot this time. Stanfield, high set. Lambert has to just send it over, and she can't do that. Strickland had nowhere to go going up against that wall of Garner and Lambert at the line.
Lambert did a great job of setting that block.
Delaney Garner, 7 kills on the day, hitting 273, 7 digs. And Lacey will get the kill. Substitutions checking in now for the Lady Bisons. Carter Fouch has a couple of digs and 5 assists on the day so far. Peyton Hilmer also checking in. Strickland, Fouch is there. Lacey. That one a little too strong. Strickland, defense at the net. Someone has to send it over. It's going to be Hilmer. Tapped over and great play by Kabala. Julia Kabala, by the way, 3 kills on 7 attempts, no errors. She's having a great afternoon for the Tigers. She has 20 assists and 9 digs along the way.
In that situation, I really thought she might go to the outside because that's what they've been doing when they get that ball. But sending that ball behind on Harding's side is definitely a benefit for them.
Kabala hitting 429 now. And I think the Tigers probably played into that same notion, thought she would go a different direction. And, I mean, it really was a great no-look shot by Kabala. Lacey in to serve for Harding after the point. Halatoa in the middle. Taps back over. Fouch tries the same play. That one won't work this time. Strickland. Free opportunity now for Harding. Quick set. And Garner with the kill. Her 8th. Harding up 5 now. Set 3 really starting to favor the Lady Bisons. And if you're a Harding fan, well, you hope that you've gotten set 2 out of the way. Coach Essex calls the timeout, so we will take one as well. Again, a 5-point advantage to the black and gold.
Everyone tells you to think about the future, but we know there's growth in the journey. At ATU, we value this moment because here, nature becomes your classroom. So breathe it in. You've got this. Right here, right where you are. Focus on the now, because our focus is on your success.
If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Coach Essex, cautionary timeout as much as anything. Didn't want to let this one get away from her, and I agree with that entirely. Again, so I was mentioning just before the break, it just feels like it's trending a little more the Bison's direction, and you don't want to let that go. McKinnon on the Harding bench with an injury, looked like to her right ankle. Not going to speculate too much on it, but that was the appearance anyway. And so Harding, the remainder of the team, playing with a little more intensity here in this third set. As the attack goes long, East Central to serve. Nice job on defense. Tapped by Delaney Garner once again. Josie Bishop has taken a couple of swings as she's come in from that outside position, but Delaney Garner really has been the player to keep things going.
She's been a big impact this game for Harding.
Hilmer sends it over. They'll reset. East Central set back. Halatoa there. Great job on defense by Carter Fouch. And a kill for Harding. Another quick point. Credit that one to Peyton Hilmer. And Delaney Garner now to serve. Gonzalez, Garner with the dig, keeps that one going. Hilmer, she get a second one? She will not. Gonzalez, there's the free ball. Set far side. And Josie Bishop looking that direction a couple of times. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. This one will, however, for Harding. Ashley Lampkin gets her second kill of the afternoon. And the Lady Bisons go up by a touchdown on East Central. 14-7 our score. Harding, by the way, speaking of those touchdowns, the defending national champions in football. We'll be playing in the Division II football playoffs tomorrow as well. That one will land for the Tigers, 14-8, as well as those Ouachita Tigers. Don't want to forget about them. Tiadina with the service ace.
That was a great serve. It had a lot of float behind it, making that ball kind of move in the air, making it difficult for Harding to try to pass that ball.
It's kind of tough on those when they got a little English on them like
yes.
that. Her second ace of the afternoon to go with 17 digs. And thought she might have an opportunity for a third. Lacey will keep that in play. Shot for East Central. Point for East Central. Coach Meredith Fear will take the timeout after 3 quick points from East Central. Makes it a 14-10 game. We'll take that break as well. Pivotal set 3. This one is not decided yet.
Running outdoors, you got to take what nature gives you. We'd like to say we run when they don't. So we want to give you products to be able to run when you don't think you should run, when it's pouring rain outside, it's snowing. We're going to have products for you to get out there You don't get better sitting on your butt not training. You got to get out there and run.
At Under Armour, it's always about premium textiles. They need to perform, they need to be the best. The merging of hybrid textiles with naturals and new seaming and bonding and super sleek, modern, fast, futuristic designs, that's where we are really going to turn it up a notch. If you look good and you feel good, you're going to perform better.
First of 2 semifinal matches today. Both teams that are set to take on each other in our second match. Southwestern Oklahoma and Ouachita Baptist in the building. Their fan base is getting ready to cheer on their team. That first serve is set for about an hour and 45 minutes from now. We'll see if that is in fact the case. Halatoa with another point for the Tigers. That makes 4 in a row for East Central. Fianna Halatoa with 5 kills on the day. She's just now hitting in positive numbers again to go with 4 errors. Has a couple of digs, a couple of blocks too. Hilmer, that one nearly finds its way through. Can't do it. Tigers take a shot. Here's Bishop, content to just send it over. Odalise Gonzalez met at the net by the Lady Bisons. They'll swing over, slide over. Tapped up once again. Quick set, and the defense there for East Central. Halatoa and Miller. Tiadina now to serve for East Central. Will stay in play. There's Bishop, and her first kill of the afternoon in 7 attempts.
That was a good use of that block by Bishop.
Well, and I had mentioned it seemed like that this game was trending toward Harding, and right after that, the Tigers did everything they could to change that momentum shift. 5 consecutive points. East Central still in this one. And more than just in it, making a play here. 15-13 midway through this third set. Weeder with the back set, and Lambert. She's been quiet on the offensive front for a while. Tigers will send that one wide, and the Bison will get an opportunity as Stanfield checks in to serve. Nice aggressive serve for Stanfield. And the Tigers get a little too aggressive with the attack the other direction. Back-to-back points for the Lady Bisons. And East Central will call a timeout and not let things get out of hand. At least that's the plan for Coach Essex' squad. Back in a moment here on the GAC Sports Network.
SWASU has been saying that the focus is you for 20 years. Now that I'm here, I know my voice matters.
It's a true home away from home where the professors really do put the focus on me and my dreams.
At SWASU, it feels like they are cheering me on with so many ways to get involved, like social clubs,
sports, quality academics, and great people who care about your success. For real, the focus is on you.
Open the door to your future at SWASU. Go Dogs!
SWASU, the focus is you.
Why be a ranger? At Northwestern, with small classes, you can be seen. With over 40 programs from business to nursing, you can be career-driven. With a campus home away from home, you can be independent. With over half our students graduating without student loans, you can be debt-free. And with a mosaic of cultures, you can be you. Northwestern, success lives here.
Stanfield, her third serve. And she, again, has been aggressive with her serves, dropping just past that line. Gonzalez comes out of the timeout on fire, and she gets the kill. Big time. Odalise Gonzalez now with 14 kills. She's back to serve. Has a pair of aces today. .53 attempts as well. That one sent the other direction. Harding on defense. They do a very good job of shifting along that net.
They do, and I think they communicate that well before the play and during the play as well.
And you see who's back in the contest now, and it's a good front line for Harding with Lambert and Garner and Lacey. And you know what? Honestly, I think that's part of the defensive presence for Harding. Peyton Spawn went up. She decided to take a little bit off that, not go up too strong against Garner and Lambert up there, and took everything off of it.
Yeah.
Tapped over. Free opportunity now for Harding. Over Garner and Lambert again, and Weeder sent it to no man's land. No one there for Harding, and a point again for East Central. Tigers needed that point, trailed by 4 here.
And I really think that's what they need to do right now, is try to find those open holes and hit up and around the block or hit high hands, because Lambert has had a huge presence with the block.
Stanfield can't save that one, and the Tigers get another ace. 4 points in that big second set for East Central came on back-to-back aces from 2 separate servers for East Central, and it was a big part of their game. Just a dominant second set for the Tigers. Defense there. Lacey, and it will drop. Harding gets the point. Megan Lacey with 7 kills on the day. Back and hitting in positive numbers again. 7 kills to go with 7 digs. That's something you don't say too often about a team against Harding in the GAC tournament. They've been dominant against them, even if it's for a set. They might win a set over Harding, but you're not often dominant against them, and East Central was just that.
Yes, they were. And I think that comes back to East Central also having a lot of grit and being very resilient. And I feel like East Central has always been that team. They're always very disciplined, and they're never just going to give up.
You know, you think about things that you don't say very often. I would go back to last night with Ouachita and Oklahoma Baptist. That 4th set, Ouachita Baptist 7-0 start on Oklahoma Baptist. I would dare say that hasn't happened all year. Maybe not in 2 or 3 years that a team's had a 7-0 start on Oklahoma Baptist, and we saw it last night from the Tigers. Of course, you can probably hear Coach Fear on some of the Nats mics around here. Check the score, please. Instead of 21-17, it should read 22-16. It did, and now it'll read 23-16. You have to do that sometimes. And I mean, the official book had it right, but
right.
You don't want, when it actually gets changed later on, if it takes 2 or 3 points to get it there, you don't want it to, the optics of that of going, hey, give us another point back. No, fix it right when it happens. Not everybody in the stands is following the live stats along to say, yeah, no, this is what it was supposed to be all along. Hilmer gets the kill, her 3rd of the afternoon, and that takes us to set point here in the 3rd set. Carter Fouch serving. Nice serve. Tapped over by Kabbalah. Here's Hilmer again. And that one is sent deep by Gonzalez. She swings hard, she swings fast, but a little bit too deep, and that will send us to set number 4 as the Harding Lady Bison turn the tables. Follow a 25-16 loss in the set with a 25-16 victory. Harding up 2-1 in the GAC semifinal.
One of the fastest growing universities in the state and the region, Southeastern Oklahoma State University has classes for bachelor's, master's, and certificate programs. Over 45 degree programs are available with in-person, online, and hybrid options. With a legacy of excellence dating back to 1909, our dedicated faculty and staff are here to make your legacy a great one. Your future starts here at Texoma's University.
Christian education pushes you to diligence and excellence in all that you do.
We're establishing this foundation where the students can then go and do the things that they want to do.
Everything we do, everything we touch, everything that we try to teach our students revolves around Christ.
It's about cultivating passion and a desire to do something significant with your life. You find a vision for your life, and I think that's where students really lean into their inspired purpose.
Who do we look to shape our world? It'll be people who know how to think with their heads and their hearts. People who understand that faith is not the enemy of education, but its partner. More than book smart, more than business smart. They are wise in their whole being.
We are future shapers.
Learn to live well and lead well in God's world. Be a future shaper at OBU.
What does it mean to be a Ranger? It means smaller class sizes, so you're seen and heard. It means graduating debt-free, like over half of our students. It means getting help when you need it through financial aid and scholarships, like more than 80% of our students. To be a Ranger, you're rowdy with excitement. To be a Ranger, you care about your education. To be a Ranger, you saddle up to a challenge and ride to success. Rowdy lives here. Rangers live here. Northwestern. Success lives here.
The Bison celebrating a win in set 3, but the work is not done this afternoon. You have to win 3 sets to take it home and move on into championship Saturday. Harding, however, closed out that third set in fine fashion, winning the final 6 points of the set and taking a 25-16 victory. You know, Courtney, these first three sets that we've seen here this afternoon, really, I mean, it's gone one way or the other. 25-18, 25-16, 25-16. 2-1 lead for Harding right now, and the team that takes control really has just taken it home.
Yeah, and I think we'll keep seeing that, but I think both of these teams are going to keep battling against each other, and I think this fourth set is going to be very interesting.
East Central in the third set hitting negative 0-38. That's pretty much a recipe for a loss in the set. As Josh Pate would say, that's a padlock stat. Meanwhile, Harding hit 205 for the third set. For the match, East Central hitting 053, Harding hitting 169. Delaney Garner leading the way with 9 kills and hitting 308 by herself. For East Central, Odalise Gonzalez has 55 attempts, and she's hit 15, had 10 errors. She's hitting 091. And the Bisons will get the first point here in this fourth set.
Looks like Miller was there for the block, just didn't get her shoulders and hips completely turned back into the court.
And that time she was there for the attack, gets the kill, strong, and found its way down that right side.
She's ran that slide attack a couple different times and has found a way to score.
Gonzalez now. A big afternoon. If anybody has the green light, she definitely does. Hilmer. That one's going to be kept alive. Great job by Kabbalah to keep it in play. Tapped up, pushed around. Lampkin won't get the point there. Gonzalez, however, will. Odalise Gonzalez. And she is willing the Tigers ahead here in this fourth set. The error will turn it right back over. Bailey Kaava. And she'll take a seat as Miller checks back in eventually. You've got to do the proper dance when you leave the court.
Yes,
you want to
you
come
do.
in. Swing your partner around and round and just, make sure that you're in and out as you're supposed to be. Kabbalah the sets and the kill for East Central. Angel Nahihu, her second kill of the day. McAmis checks out. And a new player into the contest for East Central, Jada Abercrombie, a 5'10 senior checking in. Goes to work right off the bat. Harding still will check the point. Stanfill out now for Harding as Josie Bishop checks back in. Hitting 143. Bishop is a freshman from The Colony, Texas. My wife used to teach dance in The Colony. Make the trip from the north of the river down to The Colony. It's one of those places around the North Dallas area that's grown up so quickly in the last 15 years. Kabbalah and Gonzalez. That one will be on the line. Gonzalez this time finds the right distance. The defense is there. Tapped over. Bishop. And that will stay in play. East Central will be content to simply send it over. Weeder looking for Bishop again. Was it touched? It was. Second kill for Bishop. East Central takes the timeout. Trailing by 3 here in a fourth set. The Tigers have to have this one to keep the match alive.
Christian education pushes you to diligence and excellence in all that you do.
We're establishing this foundation where the students can then go and do the things that they want to do.
Everything we do, everything we touch, everything that we try to teach our students revolves around Christ.
It's about cultivating passion and a desire to do something significant with your life. You find a vision for your life, and I think that's where students really lean into their inspired purpose.
It was a long day yesterday. It's not that long yet, but still, depends on how much sleep you got the night before. here in Hot Springs. There are lots of things to do here all day long, and I guess all night too. The casino here. I got some rest in the hotel. I went back after the long day, got some rest, and prepared myself for 2 more matches today, and so I'm good to go. I'm excited to be here. Joey McWilliams along with Courtney Cunningham here on the call this afternoon. And Harding gets another point coming out of the East Central timeout. Bison's getting a little bit of a 2-for-1 here in this 4th set, and it's a good way to build up and take the set and the match. Great defense. Harding keeps it alive. Quick pushover by Kabala, and Harding fortunate to keep that going. Here's Gonzalez, gets back the defense at the net, and point Tigers. Odalise Gonzalez now with 17 kills on the day. That was attempt number 62. She's getting into Courtney Balfe range here. Which, by the way, yesterday she had the green light as well. Gonzalez with 66 attempts on the day. And she's there. No, actually she's not. Scooting over was Halatoa, and Nahinu in for the block for East Central. A couple of quick points now for the Tigers. Gonzalez to serve.
Ooh.
That will find the back right corner. East Central to within 1. Another ace for the Tigers.
Being able to serve that location is very, very tough to pass on serve receive. And she tries it again.
Won't get it to fall this time, but you know what? You have to give credit to that. Of course, live by the sword, die by the sword, but this is an East Central team with 12 aces on the day.
They have served very aggressive today.
Bisons keep it going, move it around, and Lambert gets the kill. Said she was quiet a little bit earlier. She gets another kill. That's number 7 on the day. And by the way, she's crossed the 600 mark in kills for a career. That puts her at 602. Credit, by the way, to Nathan Looney, the Assistant Sports Information Director for Harding. Always lots of great information that Nathan provides.
With Lambert, you said 602, is that correct?
Yes.
That's pretty impressive for a right side. Typically your outsides are getting a lot more total attempts, and for her to have 602 as a junior, that's pretty impressive.
Absolutely, I agree. And the ace for Harding. Not bad. Aggressive play on both of these sides. Again, a little bit different. That for Harding is just the 4th ace of the day. 2 teams have combined for 16. Defense there again for the Tigers. Wow.
When it comes to blocking, I think, well, at least when I coach it, it's very mental. And if you want to block the ball, you will block the ball. And you could just tell written all over her face, she wanted to shut Lambert down.
You know, by the way, I was over here looking up these numbers, and according to what I'm seeing in 4 sets, this is a 4-set record. We are not at 5 yet, but we're at a 4-set record. If it were to play out, Arkansas Tech back in 2022 had 11 aces. That's a tournament record 12, if that's accurate, and I believe it is. That is a GAC tournament record with 12 aces in a 4-set match.
Wow.
That one sent deep, and the Tigers will get another point. So I always like those tournament records when you see something new like that. East Central with a fantastic effort today from service perspective specifically. That one will go wide, and the Harding Bisons will get another point. Stanfield checks in as Bishop checks out, and Stanfield will serve now for Harding. Not quite at that place where you can't afford to give up 1 for 1, but you definitely can't afford to give up 1 for 2, as the Tigers have done just then. And they trail now 14-8 in this semifinal, and Coach Essex, I think, realizes that. She'll take the timeout. We will take that break as well. 14-8 the score. Harding trying to pull this off in 4.
Who do we look to shape our world? It'll be people who know how to think with their heads and their hearts. People who understand that faith is not the enemy of education, but its partner. More than book smart, more than business smart. They are wise in their whole being.
We are future shapers.
Learn to live well and lead well in God's world. Be a future shaper at OBU.
What does it mean to be a Ranger? It means smaller class sizes so you're seen and heard. It means graduating debt-free like over half of our students. It means getting help when you need it through financial aid and scholarships like more than 80% of our students. To be a Ranger, you're rowdy with excitement. To be a Ranger, you care about your education. To be a Ranger, you saddle up to a challenge and ride to success. Rowdy lives here. Rangers live here. Northwestern. Success lives here.
Harding up by 6. Oh, sometimes these timeouts are pretty fun. Harding up by 6 here in the 4th set. The Bison's the 2 seed taking on the 3 seed here today. And we mentioned a little bit earlier, Harding is 3-0 all time against the 3 seed. That's what you need coming out of the timeout.
Yes, it is. And once again, Miller being effective on that slide attack.
Just tell you, when I bring my wife on these trips, she gets embarrassed sometimes at some of the things that that I might do during a timeout. That's the thing. I'm concerned that she won't come with me anymore if I embarrass her. East Central with 2 quick points coming out of the timeout. There we go. Well, that's exactly why you call the timeout. You have to stop, collect yourself. I really do think it's important that you do get that first point coming out. It's not, the end-all be-all. The end-all be-all is to resituate, resettle, and to slow down momentum. But if you can get 1, 2, and now 3 points coming out of the timeout, well called timeout by Coach Essex.
Absolutely.
Tigers looking to add to what is already a tournament record from service aces. Tapped over quickly by Fouch. And now here's Gonzalez again. She had to think about that one twice and reset. Not the look she wanted, but the defense at the line by Miller is enough. And East Central now with 4 quick points. Harding calls the timeout. And you know what? We'll take that one too. 14-12 our score, as Coach Fear now will address the issue at hand.
Everyone tells you to think about the future, but there's power in the process. We value this moment because at ATU, every moment brings you one step closer to what comes next. You've got this. Right here, right where you are. Focus on the now, because our focus is on your success.
One of the fastest growing universities in the state and the region, Southeastern Oklahoma State University has classes for bachelor's, master's, and certificate programs. Over 45 degree programs are available with in-person, online, and hybrid options. With a legacy of excellence dating back to 1909, our dedicated faculty and staff are here to make your legacy a great one. Your future starts here at Texoma's University.
The Southwestern Bulldogs getting ready for our second semifinal match. The top seed in the tournament, they'll be taking on the number 5 seed, the Ouachita Baptist Tigers. Well, the Bisons countered with a timeout and take the first point coming out of that.
Both teams have done a really good job coming out of a timeout when those coaches are calling to make adjustments throughout the match and try to get that first point.
They have, and you know, the Bisons were moving at a pace of really getting those 2 points for 1, trading back and forth. Tigers really have reset since then, but that one pushed wide, but it was touched. And, or was it? Tigers not sure. I think Miller's saying, yeah, I think I did get a hand on that. Everyone else said, wait a minute. When you're the guilty party, I think you have to stand up and say, no, coach, don't use that challenge card here.
Yes.
Miller taps it over, stays in, gets the point.
That play there is one thing I feel like East Central has done a really good job with. Running a 5-1 leaves them the ability to run their middle either in front of the setter or behind the setter, which can be challenging to defend.
Service Tigers. Hilmer didn't clear the net. And East Central with back-to-back points here. Far enough along in the set now where you need to start making up a few. Don't trade it back and forth. Take some momentum. Tigers need to use the momentum right now. Gonzalez. That goes wide. Miller will check back in for East Central as Kaava checks out. Tiadia checks back in as well. And Weeder to serve for Harding. Harding starting to feel it here as this fourth set goes on. Weeder had a double-double the last time these two teams met. It was a 3-0 victory for Harding. That one was in Ada. Part of the road trip for Harding. Make those two-match swings across the GAC, especially when you get into one place and another. And Harding taking on East Central and Southeastern during that stretch. Skylar McKinnon led the team with 10 kills. She's still on the Harding bench right now with an injury that she dealt with in the third set. Lambert pulled the string on that one too early, and the Tigers get another point. Now McKinnon came down awkwardly on the apparatus that holds up the R1 official. She's been looked at. She did make the trip from one end to the other, and she was walking a little gingerly, so we'll see how that plays out for the rest of the day. And it could be a factor in tomorrow's contest, too, if Harding were to advance to the championship. Great job by the Tigers tapping it over. Equally good job by Harding on defense, keeping this point alive. Great rally from both these teams.
Their defense this rally has been amazing. Very scrappy.
Gonzalez, another fantastic dig. Wow. For both sides. There's Gonzalez again. You have to think eventually one of those is going to fall for Gonzalez. She keeps going, and the Bisons wind up with the point. Wow, what an effort. J.C. Lambert now with her 8th kill of the afternoon. And Bishop will check back in as Stanfield checks out, taking Lacey to serve. Odalise Gonzalez, 74 attempts on the afternoon. By the way, I believe the GAC tournament record that Courtney Balfe has is 84. This match isn't done yet. Tigers in the net. Kabbalah keeps it going. Bison at the net as Gonzalez tries to tap that one over. It's sent back, and now we're looking at Harding 3 points away from taking this semifinal match. Kabbalah looking to Gonzalez again, and that one is true. She'll get the point. Substitution as Gonzalez will go back to serve now. Another point for Harding. Lambert with her 9th. Tatum Fouch now serving for Harding. They need two to advance. Nice attack for East Central. They'll go the other direction. Tapped again. Halatoa can't get that one to fall. Lambert has it sent right back. Great job at the net by the Tigers. Tapped over by Bishop, and it falls. Match point upcoming. Tatum Fouch to serve. Harding looking to advance, and will do it with the ace. The Harding Lady Bisons move on to championship Saturday off an ace, taking down East Central in 4 sets. And really, none of these sets were close. Courtney and I will talk about that in just a moment. We'll come back and get to visit with someone on this East Central Tiger team here on the GAC Sports Network. We'll take a break and be right back.
see you. Your incredible potential and willpower set you apart. You're first to take that leap of faith. First to get to work. First to solve the problem. No burden should be carried alone. We'll be there. Every step, day, challenge. First is your destiny. We get it because first is who we are.
SWASU has been saying that the focus is you for 20 years. Now that I'm here, I know my voice matters.
It's a true home away from home where the professors really do put the focus on me and my dreams.
At SWASU, it feels like they are cheering me on with so many ways to get involved, like social clubs,
Sports, quality academics, and great people who care about your success. For real, the focus is on you.
Open the door to your future at SWASU. Go Dogs!
SWASU, the focus is you.
Hey, what you doing this for? Just out here for recreational purposes? No. Working, man.
Mission today is to work hard until you can't go no more. It's always a team mission. Can't get nowhere without the team. It takes everybody.
1, 2, 3.
Hey, you better be open. You better be open. Man, listen, It's only one attitude that you gotta bring.
Let's go.
That you need to bring.
Work. I mean, we come down here every day to get better. If it was easy, everybody would do it, man.
We work out on the street. You feel me? We the best in the nation. We outwork y'all. We outwork anybody.
Keep fighting. Keep fighting.
We always grinding, always getting better. Every time I come through these lines, no matter what these lines at, work. Maximum effort.
Harding comes away with a 4-set victory today, 25-18. Lost one 25-16, got it back 25-16, then 25-17. We're getting to visit now with a senior on this Harding squad, Tatum Fouch from Frisco, Texas. Tatum, congratulations first on the win. Talk about how that feels and what that means.
It feels great. Our eyes are still on the championship. We want to win tomorrow. So even though it feels great today, we're looking towards the next win already.
Already? Well, that's quick.
Yeah.
You're not taking time to celebrate this at all.
Oh, we will.
Okay,
But
all right.
we're ready to take on our next opponent.
Fantastic day, 25 digs. I have you with 5 assists as well and a couple of aces too. And it was an aggressive day, I'd say, of serving for both these two teams. You got a couple of aces. Talk about that.
Well, our game plan going into this game was serve and pass. If we can serve well and pass well, then I think we'll take the win, and I think we did that today. You could see in the third set we lost terribly, and we had like 5 aces on us, so you could tell that game we weren't at our serve and pass best, and then we picked it up the next 2 sets and won both of them. So.
Okay.
And being a leader in the back row as being the libero, what were some of your thoughts in those moments? You know, as serve and pass is one of your big goals of this match, how did you help your team in those situations?
Well, I kind of pulled us together the third set, and I was like, guys, we're good passers. Sometimes we forget that. Like, we can do this. Just communicate at a high level, and we got this. Like, I believe in us, and you should believe in yourself too. And then after that, I think we slowly started getting it back in our head that we could do this, and we can pass threes all day. So.
One other portion of the win for you in particular, 25 digs, that's 6 1/4 per set. So that's a pretty good average looking at that. You were impressive moving around the court and making sure that your team was keeping the plays alive. Talk about that effort and what it means to do that.
Just, I guess, a defensive mindset. Just go for everything. Even if you don't think you can get it, you might surprise yourself by going 100% to every ball, and that's kind of where my head was at the whole game.
All right. Well, really quickly, you said you're already looking ahead. You get to celebrate some.
Oh, yeah. We'll celebrate in that locker room right now. I'll go back and cheer for us.
You're looking ahead, so playing in a championship for Harding once again, making it to championship Saturday. Talk about that. What that means for the program.
Well, I mean, I've never been a part of a program who has won a game in a tournament. So for me, this is a really big deal, and I think it's a big deal for the whole team. And like I said, this feels good. I can't imagine how good it'll feel tomorrow when hopefully we win. So.
All right. Well,
fingers crossed.
Congratulations then on the win today, and we celebrate with you and happy for you to be able to get that victory today. The Harding Lady Bisons with a 4-set victory. Congratulations, Tatum, on your part to play.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, we'll start wrapping things up here then from Hot Springs, we have another match on the way as our second semifinal is set to begin, and it looks like that it will get started right at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Final thoughts then, Courtney, on this first match today.
First match today I think was great. I think both teams did a great job of serving aggressive, and I think that was honestly a little bit of their game plan with their scouting report, and I think they executed that.
Absolutely. Both sides aggressive serving and trying to get that serve and pass happening. So we look at some final stats quickly. Megan Lacey led the way for Harding with 11 kills. She hit 116 on the day. Delaney Garner, a fantastic day as well. 9 kills for her, and J.C. Lambert with 9 kills too. Odalise Gonzalez had 21 kills in the losing effort for East Central, and the Tigers fall in the semifinals once again, but Harding moves on once again. Now 9-3 all-time in GAC tournament play in the semifinals. They'll be playing tomorrow. Who will they play? We'll find out in just about an hour. Southwestern Oklahoma and Ouachita Baptist in our second semifinal match. That's coming up right here on the GAC Sports Network. And if you're watching YouTube, GAC Athletics. For Courtney Cunningham, I'm Joey McWilliams. Thanks for watching this one. God bless you all. See you in about an hour.